What's good, everybody? How's it going today, y'all? Hope y'all having a great day. I know I am. Today, we're gonna be reacting to Horror Shorts Party. Yeah, y'all, that's right. Horror Shorts Party. Now, I remember last time I wasn't able, I wasn't able to what's it called? Can't. I know what it's called, but I can't put my finger on it. I know I was able to look at chat I know I wasn't able to look at chat, but honestly now I think it might work, so let's just do a test real quick. Cause I wanna see if we could see it or not. Where do I see what happened? Or what's going on? Okay, so it does pop up. Let's freaking go. Alright, we good now. Let's try it one more time. There we go, boys. Let's go. Alright, let's react now, y'all. Yo.
The time was roughly 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It was the month of August and I was on my way to the amusement park. The fair was only open for a short
Oh
duration
no, this
during
dude's
the
like a
summertime,
playboy.
so I made sure to go as often as I could.
Bruh, they lost like 1,000 subscribers by putting that wannabe portion there.
Before the school year began. My parents were
Yeah, you're probably real
arguing about
playboy.
growing
You're
up.
probably
I
real
didn't really have
playboy
a
at school, aren't you?
curfew,
Huh?
so that
Yeah,
gave me the
yeah.
flexibility of staying out as long as I wanted, despite only being a teenager. The distance from my condo to the fair was about a 10 to 15-minute walk, so commuting there was always a convenience compared to taking public transit like the hordes of people I saw entering the park. When I arrived at the entrance, I made sure to pay my fare and get a wristband that would enable me to go on rides for an unlimited amount of time. I remember seeing the usual stuff. Roller coaster rides, food stands, a Ferris wheel, that kind of
Bro,
thing.
this like
To be
ambience.
honest, going
It's
to
like
the
orange and
specific
stuff.
fair could make anyone feel extremely claustrophobic, as the overbearing amount of people in the lineups for food, rides, or game attractions really made it difficult for anyone to get anywhere. I remember shoulder bumping at least several different guests before finally making it to the roller coaster ride I initially wanted to go on. The lineup for this particular ride was surprisingly not that long, so I immediately joined it behind this one girl standing in front of me. I politely tap the girl on the shoulder and ask, "Excuse me, have you been waiting in line for long?" The girl turns around and says,
Not that long. You come here alone?
Yeah, how about you?"
Nice voice
Well, I
acting.
guess I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah. I nervously chuckle as the girl says,
I'm actually here with my boyfriend.
and then looks at me as if she was looking through me, not at me. So, where is he? She then says,
I'm looking at him.
as the gates to the roller coaster ride began opening.
In the next 10 guests, please receive each card. No more than 10 people, please.
Guests from the lineup
Can't
began
hear what
rushing
it's
in
saying.
and filling every card on a first-come, first-served basis while the girl says,
What are you waiting for, babe? Let's go.
I began following behind her as we both proceeded to make our way inside one of the carts. I didn't see the harm in sitting next to her, as I honestly found her pretty charming.
Everybody, please fasten your seatbelts. We're about to take off very shortly.
Hey, I'm Rob. What's your name?
My name is Melissa, but you can call me Melly.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Melly. The girl then leans over and kisses me on the
Yo.
cheek as I said,
We just met and you finna do that?
Are you always this forward? That's when the roller coaster abruptly accelerates.
Wait, hold
I
up.
began to hold
Hold up.
on the cheek as I said, Are you always this forward? That's when the roller
Y'all hear it when it jerks into motion and went,
coaster abruptly accelerates. I began to hold on for dear life as the velocity of the ride felt like I was jetting on the highway at a rate of 200 miles an hour. As the roller coaster began zooming up and down in a ferocious manner, I could see Melissa staring directly at me through my peripheral vision. I casually glanced at her, only to realize she was giving me the same bizarre stare she gave me during our initial encounter. At first, I thought she was just thrilled at the notion that my face looked silly from the turbulence of the ride, but then I realized that she was staring at me with a gaunt smile. Like the movement from the ride didn't faze her in the slightest. I couldn't help but feel uncomfortable.
this is
As we
eerie,
began
bro.
approaching
What?
the tail end of the ride, I nonchalantly look around as if I was exploring the amusement park, but in reality, I was avoiding Melissa. The ride finally made its way back to the initial start point.
Bro, just bolts out
I
of there,
remember waiting
honestly.
for the operator's
Get
cue
out.
to unbuckle our seatbelts and safely get off the roller coaster. I made sure not to make eye contact with Melissa as the operator finally gave the green light for guests to exit the ride.
All guests, please exit on the side of the next guest. All guests, please exit on the side of the next guest.
I
That's
couldn't
when
hear what
got
he
off
was
and
saying
began
before.
speed walking while trying to find a fair game or another ride to go on. I then made my way into the huge Ferris wheel lineup, hoping to
Oh,
masquerade
no.
myself within the crowd. A small and soft hand began to firmly grasp onto the gaps of my
Yo.
fingers. I look across my shoulder and lo and behold, it was Melissa, holding hands with me as if we were in
Bro.
a relationship or something.
Hey, it's me again.
Hey, getting a bit too comfy, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very comfortable with my boyfriend. Duh.
Yeah,
sure.
don't
Melissa
assume,
then
please.
hugged me and
Maybe
presses her
ask
head
me
against my
first.
shoulder. I honestly could have shoved her away, but decided to take the high road and go along with the whole facade. Time began running slow as we steadily began inching towards the entrance of the Ferris wheel. I couldn't help but think in my head, what the hell is this girl's problem? Why is she holding onto my arm like that? Does she really think I'm her boyfriend? After about 30 minutes of awkward silence and continuous unwanted arm hugging, we finally make it in front of the ride and began making our way onto one of the passenger cars. Again, we both sit next to each other. Melissa then wraps her arm around mine. I was now convinced that she had built a relationship which was obviously a figment of her imagination. The wheel then began to rotate as Melissa leans her head on my shoulder and says,
Yo, back
Rob?
off.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, Melly. Hey, can you please stop? I think you're moving a bit too fast here.
Students with dyslexia like me save 10 hours
Bruh,
a week
I don't want no
studying
freaking
using this Chrome extension.
speechify, bro. Get out of
But
here.
it's your fault.
What the hell are you talking about?
I have an impulsive behavior disorder.
You're kidding me.
Every time someone calls me by my nickname, I develop an extreme compulsion where I can't resist the urge to kiss them.
Melissa's eyes then wander towards the sky, as if she was embarrassed to disclose such personal information. But then, why did you introduce me to that name? That's when Melissa's phone begins to ring. She pulls it out and reveals a video call coming from her mother. She then answers the video call and says,
Hey, Mom.
Hello, my precious baby pumpkin. How's the amusement park treating you?
Mom, the view is quite amazing. Here, say hi to my boyfriend, Rob.
Ooh, isn't he a handsome son of a gun?
At this point,
told you he
I
was a playboy.
extremely
Even the mom
aggravated
thinks
by
so.
Melissa's antics, despite her having this so-called disorder. I didn't want to make the situation any more awkward than it already was, so I just went along with it and entertained the idea that we were a couple. Melissa's great.
You guys make for a perfect couple. So, you gonna propose or what? What are you waiting for, big guy? Pop the question.
Can we please stop this, Melissa? I then realized that the Ferris wheel had finally come to a halting stop.
Bro, I would just like bolt out of there. Bro, I would I would literally just be like, oh, okay. Literally, bro. Literally. Honestly.
As the operator gave us the green light to abort the Ferris wheel,
Do it.
I used the opportunity to get the hell out of there and speed walk as far away from Melissa and her
Let's
psychotic
go.
mother as possible.
Hey, where did my son-in-law go?
Rob, where are you going? I want to ride the Ferris wheel again so you can propose.
Leave me the hell alone, I'm calling the cops! I then
Oh my
turned
God,
around and
the
glanced
voice
at the Ferris
acting,
wheel
though.
From a distance. I could see Melissa still sitting in the passenger car as the Ferris wheel again began to operate. A feeling of relief flowed through my body. Getting away from that clingy psycho brought me immense satisfaction. I made direct eye contact with her from where I was standing at. What made this all the more disturbing was how emotional I saw her getting. I saw tears profusely run down her face. At this point, I could have bolted the scene and left the fair, but I honestly felt a little guilty. Knowing that I was the sole purpose of Melissa crying a storm on the Ferris wheel made me gravitate towards staying and possibly giving an explanation as opposed to splitting the scene. The Ferris wheel then abruptly stops as the ride finally came to an end. I saw Melissa at the very top passenger car as the guests below began to exit the ride. She then began shouting,
You're the worst boyfriend ever! I hate you! I wish I never met you!
Without thinking, I said, I'm not your boyfriend, Melly! That's when Melissa compulsively leans over the passenger car to kiss me. No. Ah!
Oh!
YouTube is with Brave. Notice how there's no pre-roll ads? And here's how you can see how much time you save with Brave. Look, Chrome was great in 2008.
No!
Join the 20 million people already using Brave. Experience it.
Bro, what you mean? Bruh.
I was in my bed sound asleep when I got awoken from the light shining through the gaps of my blinds. I got up and pulled the blinds open as I began basking in the view that the 20th floor from my condo had to offer. The view was magnificent. I could literally see the entire landscape of my city through my windows. Down by the glistening lake was a fair right next to it. Seeing the Ferris wheel and roller coasters from a distance boosted my serotonin levels from excited to exhilarated. My anticipation was at an all-time high. What better thing to do other than hit up my local amusement park on a Saturday morning, I thought to myself. My first instinct was to obviously invite my girlfriend to tag along, so I rang her number with my cell phone, as I heard her soft, mellow tone say,
Hey, babe.
like she had just awoken herself.
Nah.
Hey, what are you up to today?
Nothing
No.
much. Just studying. The usual. What's up?
Did you want to go to the amusement park later?
I can't. I have an exam on Monday, babe. Did you forget about my summer classes?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No worries, I'll just give Simon a call.
Okay. Make sure you take lots of pictures.
Will do. Good luck studying. I then call my friend Simon, and within a matter of seconds into the conversation, he was already up for the idea. I head to my washroom and began to do my basic hygiene practices, just before changing into some outdoor clothes to go outside. About an hour later, I caught an Uber and began making my way to the amusement park.
Can
I
y'all
made
see
sure
this
to
right
text
now?
my friend that I was on my way, as he replies back saying that he was already there. According to the Uber app, my arrival was going to take approximately 10 minutes or so. I wasn't going to keep my friend waiting for too long, as I could see the huge roller coaster rides and attractions appear closer the more we drove into the park's proximities. I felt like I was a kid all over again. All the nostalgic memories as a child began hitting me all at once, the more I reminisced while staring at my reflection in the passenger seat window. We finally arrive as I could see my friend Simon waiting
Let's
by the
go.
entrance where the lines were. I got out of the Uber and began approaching his direction, as we both bought a wristband each, and then started heading inside where
What
all
the
the
freak?
attractions were. Throughout the duration,
Is that McDonald's, clown? That's gonna be there later. I guarantee it's gonna be there later.
end of the day, I would say that we both
Tripping.
approximately spent close to $400 in total on carnival games, only to come out empty-handed. Well, not exactly empty-handed.
You should know it's a scam.
Simon was able to win a small plushie, but ended up giving it to some kid, as we were a little irritated from the amount of L's we were taking. The park was about to close in an hour or so, when I spotted an odd-looking machine from the corner of my eye. It looked like a clown animatronic inside of a wooden box.
Don't-
I then said to my friend, "Dude, look at that game over there. What the hell is that thing?" We both
Don't-
began approaching closer to the machine, as the words on the box were now legible enough to read. The game was called Psychic Clown. There was a bold print on the front of the box that read $1 per try. 2 slots indicated that the game accepted both coins
Brownie,
or
shut up.
bills.
Oh my god.
I was a little intrigued by the game, until the old man standing by the hot dog stand said, "Hey, what are you kids doing? This game is out of order." We just wanted to try it out. Get away, kid. The game is cursed. I've seen too many stupid kids like you lose your lives. What are you talking about? You'll lose everything. You hear me? Don't say I didn't warn you, idiots. The man then walks away, as me and Simon and
Y'all should really listen. Really. Just don't come running to that dude when you need help. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
immediately scrabbled through our pockets, looking for any change that we could find. The behavior from that man left us curious, but at the same time intrigued about what he was heckling about. What the hell was his problem? I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I want to spend any more money today, dude. I already lost about $200. I have like $5 left. What do you think we should ask it? I don't know how this thing works, dude. Let's see if it even accepts the money. I then placed a $1 bill in the
Please
slot,
don't
as
accept it.
Simon impatiently presses the go button. As I looked up at the glass,
That was very
I could
patient.
see
It
the
was like
clown open its eyes wide
instead of-
and say, "Ask me a yes or no question to uncover the truth, and then press the go button." Simon then jokingly asks, "Psychic Clown, is Dean ugly?" And then follows up by pressing the go button. The clown then bizarrely starts to move back and
what the
forth,
freak?
while simultaneously laughing in a psychotic fashion, and then says the word,
Yes.
Huh, okay. Very funny, dude. I then slipped another dollar in and rebuttal Simon's antics by saying, "Psychic clown, is Simon going to be a virgin till he's 40? The clown once more begins to move back and forth, while the strange laugh echoes through the
I
mouth
would
of the
dip, bro, honestly.
animatronic, saying,
Yes. Okay, dude. Enough with the jokes. Let's ask it more serious questions.
I then take out another dollar and slip it into the slot, while asking the clown, "Psychic clown, do I have a girlfriend?" Again, the clown begins to laugh and then says the word,
No.
"Well, that's a bummer. The clown is wrong." Let me ask this question, that I know it can't possibly get wrong. I then slipped another dollar in, as Simon asks, "Psychic clown, is the color of my shirt white?" As the clown began to operate, I knew that if it answered this particular question wrong, then this was obviously just another lame gimmick that the fair used to finesse its customers. The clown then said the word,
No.
"Yep, definitely not legit. Well, I do have one more dollar left." Dude, I'm
Bro.
gonna catch the bus. Screw this clown. Alright, dude. I'll meet you at the front. Simon then begins walking
It just
towards the
laughs
entrance
and
of the
goes
park,
like-
while I slip my last dollar in the slot and ask it, "Psychic clown, is the color of Simon's shirt red?" Again, the clown begins its psychotic laugh and then says the word.
Yes.
At this point, I was 100% convinced that this whole clown machine was a scam, and that the gentleman from the hot dog stand was trying to frighten us. I began to approach the entrance of the amusement park.
What the
The
freak?
shutdown of the carnival games indicated that the fair was just about to wrap up. I then saw a large
What are
crowd
you
that
doing
seemed
in
to
here?
be rattled by some sort of commotion going on. It sounded like the majority of people were in a frantic state, as I could hear someone in the crowd yelling,
Help! Someone call the cops!
As I noisily approached the group of pedestrians, I could see my friend Simon laying face first in a puddle of blood. I then began to frantically perform CPR by pressing on his chest as the blood from his shirt began to seep onto my hands while yelling,
No! Simon, wake up! Simon, please don't die on me! Please, Simon!
As the ambulance rushes Simon to the hospital, I could virtually see no movement or any vital signs of human life. Simon was immediately pronounced dead at the scene, due to multiple stab wounds in his chest from an alleged assailant that fled the scene while supposedly trying to mug him at the bus stop of the fair. About a month after the tragedy of Simon, my girlfriend Maya breaks up with me, as she felt that being in a relationship was greatly affecting her studies.
I just realized. Is the color of Simon's shirt red? Yes, there was blood on it. Is Simon gonna die today? Yes. Is he gonna be a virgin until he's 40? No. Because he's gonna die right now. Got me
couldn't
on edge, bro.
understand why my world began to suddenly crash on me. After long nights of heavy drinking, my parents became concerned with me and recommended that I see a virtual psychologist. Trying to cope with the loss of my friend and the end of my 3-year relationship with my ex-girlfriend was quite the bitter pill to swallow. As the summer was nearing the end, I decided to head to the amusement park once again, in hopes that the fair games or carnival rides would help provide some sort of temporary closure. I then saw an attractive girl standing by the cotton candy stand. I figured I'd shoot my shot, so I approached her and said, "Hey,
Well, not when you're looking like that, bruh. You must have face planted in football with how much dirt is under your eye sockets.
roller coasters?
Yeah. Why you ask?
Hey,
What happened?
do you like roller coasters?
Yeah. Why you ask?
Because I can send you on a ride that you'll never forget.
Nice pickup line.
Can I have your number?
Sure, I guess.
That
I then
pickup
reached
line
into
was
my pocket,
pretty cool.
only to see that
Not
I had
gonna lie.
forgotten my phone at home. I awkwardly grab a $1 bill from my wallet and embarrassingly
the
ask the
heck
girl
was
to
that?
write her number on it. The girl then takes the bill and begins writing her name and number, using some red lipstick she had gotten from her purse, as I held onto her cotton candy. She then hands back the bill and says,
Nice meeting you.
"Nice meeting you too, Samantha." I began to walk further down the amusement park and could see the same psychic clown machine from a distance. A trickle of sweat began running down the side of my face, as I then realized that the machine might have had something to do with the death of my friend, or the end of my relationship.
So like the champion in the game, it's me. Literally me in the game. It's crazy.
Oh, no.
I then approached the machine and immediately placed a $1 bill in the slot, while asking the question, "Are you the reason my girlfriend broke up with me?" The clown then begins to laugh and do its unsettling movement, and then says the word, "Yes." After inserting another dollar in the bill slot, I asked, "Are you the reason my friend got stabbed?" The clown then responds with, "Yes." I then began to start seeing red, as a security guard approached me from behind, saying, "Kid, the park is closing now. Can you please proceed to the exit?"
Dude,
Sure. No problem.
why
As
is
the
bro?
security guard began hassling other people at the park, I used the opportunity to jump over the counter of one of the vendor booths that was currently closed, and waited for at least 2 hours straight before the coast was clear. I then jumped out of the booth and went towards the direction of where the psychic clown was at, only to see the entire machine relocated on the opposite side from where it initially was. I began to start banging my fists against the glass while yelling, "I know you're alive! You were right beside the freaking hot dog stand! You wouldn't think I'd notice? I know damn well you were the reason my friend is dead, and why my girl and I are separated!" I unwittingly went into my pocket and grabbed the bill that had the written phone number from the girl that I had just met. I slipped it into the machine. only
Bro,
to
use
have
the
bill
other one.
eject into 2 pieces. I yelled from the top of my lungs, "Answer me! Answer me!" as the clown suddenly began to laugh, despite not accepting the money I had put into it. The clown then vigorously starts banging its head on the glass, as if it
Yo,
was
what the
suffering from
freak?
some sort of faulty error or malfunction. "I'm done playing games with you." I then went to go unplug the machine from the electricity outlet, only to see it had already been unplugged. "The game is cursed. I've seen too many stupid kids like you lose your life."
That's creepy. Dude, this story right here. This like a video that, that I
Lives.
I don't even have words for how
Do
creepy
I have
is
a
it, bro.
girlfriend? No. Psychic clown, is the color of Simon's shirt red? Yes.
Exactly.
You lose everything. You hear me?
What was I saying? It could tell the future? What the freak? Don't end it there.
I never allow my kid to go near a claw machine. And I know what you're thinking. Why not? Trust
Yeah.
me when I say that claw machines remind me of a vicious childhood memory that still keeps me awake at night. I grew up in the outskirts and was raised by my mother. She told me my dad left her right before I was born, and since then, he never tried to contact us. As a kid, I used to feel bad whenever I saw other kids going home with their dads after school. Luckily, I had the most loving mother who really did her part to play both roles. She took me out almost every weekend. One Saturday
something looks wrong
afternoon,
with
I
the
was
mom.
playing in the backyard when my mom called me. She told me to get ready, as we're about to head out. Without wasting time, I got dressed. We hopped into our car and she started the engine. The fresh air touched my face as I rolled down the passenger seat window. Where are we going, Mom?
To a fair at Spring Lake.
I got excited to hear this. The entire ride, I kept talking about the fun things I was going to do once we got there. When we arrived to Spring Lake, it was almost evening. The fairground glowed in the dark like a wonderland. Kids were running in joy. Small crowds were seen near almost every food stall. My mom took me to an ice cream.
Look! Look! Look at the freaking pyramid. Y'all don't see the face?
Ark like a wonderland. Kids were running in joy. Small crowds were seen near almost every food stall. My mom took me to an ice cream truck and we bought our favorite chocolate ice cream. She was checking out some kitchen tools and I was standing beside her. Suddenly, my eyes went to the corner behind the Ferris wheel and I saw a claw machine. Mom, can I play some games?
Sure, but don't go too far. I'll be here, so come back when you're done.
My mom gave me some coins.
I was about to
ran
say, you
towards
can't
the
play
claw
games for
machine.
free.
The
Especially at the
screams of
carnival.
people
It costs
on the
like
Ferris
$4
wheel
to
mixed
freaking
with
run.
the loud music of the fair created a chaotic atmosphere. The claw machine was the only spot that stood out like a lone wolf in that entire fair. As I got to it, I found out why. The machine was not in good condition, and the toys inside looked quite old and dirty. No one wants a worn-out toy, so maybe that's why no kids came to play here. But among those not-so-good-looking toys, a baseball caught my eye. I decided to aim for that. I inserted the first coin, and the claw started to move towards it. I somehow grabbed the baseball. It was just 2 to 3 inches away from being mine when I dropped it. I got disappointed, but I had enough coins to give it another try. I took 5 attempts and failed each one hopelessly. When I realized
that's what'll get you.
Coins in one single game, I kicked the machine out of anger. Damn it! There's no way Mom will give me more coins to keep trying. Seems like you suck at this.
Bro, that's his face I saw, bro.
I turned around and saw a pair of eyes peeking out from a dark corner.
I'm telling you,
I
bro.
was about to freak out when an average height man emerged from the darkness. There was nothing striking about his
Average height,
features,
so
but his
5'8",
eyes made him look mysterious. Who are you? Just a guy, but we can be friends. He kept smiling at me from ear to ear after saying this. Why do you want to be my friend? Because I can give you what you want, if you agree to help me in return.
Kid, just run away, bruh.
What do you mean? I can get that baseball for you. Yeah, right. I knew there's no way he could get the ball, because I'm really good at the claw machine, and still failed 5 freaking times. He blinked at me, giving the same creepy smile, and approached the machine. He inserted a coin and the claw started to move again. Without any difficulty, the man pulled out the baseball from the machine and gave it to me. As I said, you suck at this.
I mean, every once in a while you have to get told or get embarrassed.
And stood there with a sad face. The man then crouched down to my level and came extremely close. Now it's your turn. Are you ready, Matthew?
Yeah, yo!
What do I have to do? Nothing. Just play another claw machine for me. Wait, there's another claw machine at this fair? Yes, but not many people know about it. It has even bigger and newer toys than this one. Want to check it out? I looked back and saw people everywhere. I couldn't see my mom, though. What are you thinking? Don't you want big toys? I thought what harm can come from playing in a claw machine. Also, I wanted to prove to this man that I don't suck at this game. Okay, let's go. The man
you better
smiled
not.
and started to walk to the other side of the fair. I followed him. I kept turning back and saw the bright lights moving away from me. After walking for a bit, the man stopped. I saw a spooky looking house standing in front of me.
What the
I've
hell?
been to haunted houses at many other fairs before, but this one looked different. A huge clown face was put up at the entrance, and the door was inside its mouth. The man opened the door for me and said, "Come on in." I walked inside and he closed the door behind me. At that moment, I felt that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
He walked through the long corridor, decorated with all kinds of scary props. The
Bruh.
illuminating red and purple light made me feel like I've stepped into another world. My heart was beating faster, but still, I was no easy
I feel like this
scare.
dude's just about to turn him
I
around
followed
and go.
him and he took
"Bop!"
me to a big room, probably the main room inside the
Honestly.
haunted house. There was something in the middle of the room, covered with a damp cloth. I was wondering what it could be, just when I heard a muffled voice. "What was that?" "Oh, Matthew, don't be afraid. There's no ghosts in here." All this time I didn't notice, but suddenly something sprung in my mind. How did he know my name? I never told him my name. How do you know my name?
Long lost brother. Long lost brother. I'm calling it, man. What you mean, bro? I'm just a god at what's it called? Predicting stuff. I predicted like pretty much all what's gonna happen in the stories.
Why don't you go ahead and see what's under that cloth? I knew this man wouldn't let me out if I don't do as he says. I slowly walked towards the center of the room and grabbed the cloth with my trembling hand. I could hear my heart pounding in my ears.
Like
I
this?
removed the cloth in one go, and a filthy sight took place. It was indeed a claw machine, but instead of toys, it was completely filled with disgusting rats.
What the
They were
hell?
trying hard to climb up the glass surface, but each one kept sliding down. I want to go to my mom. Please let me go. You can take your baseball. I don't want it. Don't be scared of me. Why do you want to go back when your mom is already here? What? The man rushed to the corner of the room and pulled out a chair from nowhere. My mom was sitting on
Yo!
it, tied with rope. Her mouth was duct taped, and I discovered the source of the muffled sound that I heard a few moments earlier. She started
First of all, are you calling my mom a rat? Because if so, there we go.
sobbing terribly after seeing me. Fear was flooding in her tearful eyes. Please, let us go. I will. But first, you have to successfully get the key out of the claw machine. You get the key, I'll let you all leave. But every time you fail, I will cut something off of your mom.
Bruh.
And that's how the nightmare began. I had no choice but to follow his exact words. I made my first attempt and I failed out of nervousness and fear. The man took out a knife and chopped off the thumb on my mom's right hand. Second chance.
Dude.
I failed the second time as well, and the psycho chopped off 2 more fingers. Watching your mother suffer because of your failures is the cruelest thing life has ever done to me. She cried more in pain than in fear, and I had no idea why the man was doing this to us. Please, enough now. Let us go. Stop hurting her.
Finna bleed out, bro.
Doing this. Trust me, Matthew. I have my own reasons. I am. But before he could finish, I heard cop cars coming in our direction. Who called the cops? He looked at my mom with a death stare, and her cell phone fell on the ground from her tied hands. I don't know what happened next, but the man turned off the lights all of a sudden, and it got pitch dark. I heard my mom's muffled cry one last time, and everything went silent. I was so traumatized that I couldn't stand anymore, and I fainted on the ground.
Dude, that was 100 like a
but they
that
didn't
was
find
like
the man or my mother.
that was like
I became
100% the
ward of
long
the
lost
state
dad.
and spent the rest of my childhood in foster homes. I still don't know where my mom is or who the man was, but I know he'll visit me again. Why? Because when I woke up in the hospital after that night, I found a piece of paper inside of my pocket. It read, "The game hasn't finished yet." I don't know how he left this message, but I'm sure he is out there watching my every move, looking for one chance to finish what he started that day.
Yo. That was
Welcome
eerie.
to Raid Shadow Legends. If you're wondering just what you're getting
Bruh.
into, Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play game for your PC.
That was literally so eerie. Bruh. Deep web horror stories. Don't think that would be appropriate. Three hours, X nah. I like this channel. What? I like this channel. I already subbed. Horse Shorts Party. Okay, bet. There we go. Let's find a good one here. You want to know what, y'all? It's almost Christmas, so let's do Christmas one. Yeah, let's do some Christmas. Ooh, this one looks pretty cool. Let's look at this one. Yo, what the heck? Why is that? Okay, there we go. There's like a big
I hate
thing.
I hate it with the most malice intentions ever. As a matter of fact,
You hate Christmas.
the thought of Christmas makes my skin crawl. I wasn't like this before. I used to cherish the holiday tradition, but all of that's changed now. It all started a couple years back when I was 26 years old. It was the holidays, so Christmas was around the corner while festivities were in full effect. Hey, I'm on my way to pick you up.
Christmas is around the corner
Excited to
now.
go
So.
Christmas shopping.
Yeah, me too. Me and my girlfriend Emma had dated since high school, so the bond that we shared was something most couples couldn't fathom, to say the least. I decided to propose to Emma on Christmas. Figured I couldn't go wrong on such a monumental occasion.
Give the man a hand, y'all. Give the man a hand. Go on. Do it. You don't want to do it? Hold on. You don't want to do it? Do it! He's gonna propose, bruh. Apparently that's something big. Hold up. Pillow. Just so I can put my feet up. Okay.
I remember it being a snowy
go.
evening when me and Emma went to the mall to do some holiday
There we
Christmas
go,
shopping.
there we go, there we go.
The mall was bombarded with more shoppers than usual as there was a holiday sale going on in almost every store. I remember being in need of a festive outfit for my parents' upcoming Christmas party as my wardrobe lacked the attire. I decided to check out the clothing store Forever 21 as I could see they had a wide variety of selection from first glance. I picked out an array of various Christmas sweaters and headed to the fitting room while my girlfriend waited outside for me. Oh yeah, fits way better than my dad's lame hand-me-downs. Hey babe, how does this look? I noticed my girlfriend Emma wasn't there. I figured she was
what the
gonna come
heck?
back into the store to look at more clothes. As I left the changing room, I noticed from the corner of my eye that Emma was outside the store waiting in a huge line for something. I ended up purchasing one of the sweaters and began to approach Emma. Hey babe, why'd you leave me hanging in the fitting room?
I wanted to line up and take a picture with him.
Who?
Emma, this line is huge. I'll just dress up as Santa later and you can take a picture of me.
He's not Santa, though.
I looked towards the direction of where the lineup began and realized that there were two separate lineups. One lineup was for a professionally taken photo with the mall Santa. The other lineup was for a picture with a man dressed as the Grinch.
Yo, what
we
the
were
heck?
unfortunately in the lineup for the Grinch as Emma was a pretty big fan of the character. I personally found the whole ordeal bizarre considering he didn't have any professional setup like how the mall Santa had. No platform, no chair, no professional photographer, no elf services, just him and the bench he sat on. I assumed he was one of those street performers that just dressed up for donations, except there was no tip jar or anything that would allow guests to donate in. Emma, this guy looks kinda sus. Can we just leave?
Please just relax, Henry. It'll only take a couple of minutes.
I decided to bite my tongue and proceed with Emma's request as there was nothing I could have said that could convince her otherwise. As we got closer to the front of the lineup, I could visibly see the Grinch's eyes light up with exhilaration, almost like I brought a sense of enthusiasm into his day. I decided to be ballsy and lock eyes with him, just to express more of my alpha male side.
Let's
towards
go,
him.
bro. Let him know.
As the
Let him
lineup
know.
progressed, I realized that he wasn't making eye contact with me. He was looking at my girlfriend Emma. It was
Yo,
blatantly
what?
obvious he had an interest in my girlfriend due to the lack of attention.
I
he
would,
was
bro,
giving others take.
I would rock this kid like right then and there. I don't know why that you would just let that happen. That he's okay. I'm assuming he's in a call cat.
What the hell is
That's
this guy's
why.
problem? Why is he checking out my girlfriend?
That's why I'm overreacting. I don't care if you look at my girl. Everybody's finna look at each other. But if you
We
catcalling,
eventually
which I'm
reached the
assuming
front of
that's
the
what he's
line and
gonna do.
approached the Grinch to take a three-way selfie with my cell phone. Hey, buddy, the girl gets a picture first. Dude, that's my girlfriend. I said, get behind the girl, kid.
Yo!
Stupid green prick. Another beautiful hoe.
What?
Did you just call me?
I mean, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Okay,
What's
there we go.
your name, little girl?
My name is Emma.
There we go.
Ooh, what a beautiful name to match such a beautiful.
Get your eyes up.
face.
Look
Why
at me in
don't
the
you
eyes. Don't
come
look down
here
there.
and sit on Daddy's lap.
What
Dude,
the
what the hell's
frick?
your problem? Back off, loser. She wants a picture with me, not you.
He's my boyfriend. Don't talk to him
Yeah.
like that.
Sit on my lap and be a good girl,
Hey!
or else Santa won't give you any presents.
Yo! There we go, Emma!
You on my naughty list, you little brat. That's when we decided. To head home. I remember dropping off my girlfriend at her place and then heading
As
home
soon
to
as-
assist my parents
Bruh,
in
literally
prepping
as soon
for
as
a
my man
Christmas
started
party
talking
the
crazy.
following night. My parents were really old school and put a lot of effort into decorating their
Why'd you even
household,
let it go on for
especially
that
during
long,
festive
bruh?
holidays
Honestly.
like this. Later that night, I remember making myself a glass of hot chocolate spiked with a little bit of my dad's whiskey.
A little bit.
I sat by
There's
the
more whiskey in there
fireplace
than
and
there
enjoyed
is
the
hot chocolate.
fire-crackling ambience while casually sipping on my drink. Figured I couldn't go wrong with that on a warm Christmas Eve.
It's not really my man's
I
like
remember hearing
ringtone.
my cell phone ringing throughout the night.
Bruh.
I recall being so intoxicated I couldn't see nor hear anything distinctively. Everything was blurry. It felt virtually impossible to move any fiber of my body, almost like I was
Bro,
stuck
your
in a
eyes are
subconscious
literally
state of
red.
sleep paralysis. I began to close my eyes and doze off again. A couple hours later, I recall a voice whispering my name. Hey, Henry.
Yo, get out my house!
Hello, wake up, you little drunk. It's me, Santa. I could vaguely see the outline
Yo.
of a man that looked like a Santa figure standing in front
Bro,
of me.
don't ever smile at me
Bear in
again.
mind, I was still in a groggy and incoherent
Dude,
state of mind.
that, like,
so
hand on
making
top of
out
his
the
head is
gentleman's
just
minuscule facial
unsettling.
features was almost an impossible endeavor to comprehend. Hey, Henry, I bought you a Christmas present. Dad, is that you?
Bro,
Henry, listen, I want
does
you
your
to
dad
open
look
this
like a
present
garbage
first
bin?
when
Does
you
your
wake
dad,
up. Do you
is your
understand?
dad green?
Dad,
Does your dad look like my sister's rug?
right here in the middle of the Christmas tree,
No.
okay? Okay. Anyway.
Does your dad look like a Christmas tree? Exactly.
Time to go to sleep again, Henry.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
A couple hours later, I get awoken by the light from the living room window illuminating on my face. I realized I had blacked out due to the spiked concoction I had whipped up the previous night. I checked my cell phone and realized that I had about 10
Bro.
missed calls and over 100 missed texts from Emma. I opened the text messages, only to see the text reading,
Hey, is that you? Are you inside my place? This isn't funny, Henry.
and so on and so forth. What I found more disturbing was the last batch of messages, which read,
I knew you were going to propose all along.
Merry Christmas.
Wait, yo, why is the Grinch
Just kept
texting me?
repeating over and over again.
Now that,
I began calling Emma's cell phone and only got her voicemail.
nah,
That's when
nah. As soon as the Grinch, like, if the Grinch ever started texting me, as soon as he started texting me, blocked. I'd move out the country. I don't want anything to do with freaking the Grinch.
I closed my eyes and began recollecting the imagery of what transpired last night. I could vaguely recall
Okay,
someone
so let's see
dressed
here.
as Santa
I'm stupid.
leaving
I
the
didn't answer my
present
phone.
underneath
I
the
didn't move out
Christmas tree.
immediately.
That's
My
when I
girl's
noticed a
probably dead.
box that looked out of place from the rest of the presents. I took the box and opened it, only to discover a severed hand. The hand had a message.
Yo!
Marry me.
Yo, quit laughing, bro. It ain't funny. It ain't funny, bro. Christmas horror story. Yo. Okay, let's do the foster care one. How about that?
Create your future as an animator. Immerse yourself in visual effects, character animation, and environment design to get your degree online from the Los Angeles.
Hey, horror shorties. We'd like to thank
Don't
Atlas VPN
call
for
me that.
sponsoring this video. What is Atlas VPN? Well, it's an
Bro.
amazing countries on your. Try out their 3-year.
Over a decade since I had a good night's sleep. It's been well over a decade since I had a good night's sleep.
Why is that?
I usually depend on pounding down a few beers every night, as it's the only way to knock me out cold, besides the meds I was prescribed. I still can't seem to forget what happened that day. My body begins to tense up as the hairs on my skin begin to elevate, like a gust of wind temporarily sending shivers throughout my anatomy. No amount of professional counseling can erase the sheer horror I experienced on the surface of my fingertips.
Bro, tell us what happened, bro.
All I know is that I can't unsee what I've seen, or undo what I've done. It all started when I was 13 years old.
My guy?
I lived in a house of 4 that consisted of me, my mom, my dad, and my younger sister Nadia. My parents called Nadia and I to the living room for a family meeting. I remember seeing my parents looking visibly distraught, disguised with a fake grin like they were trying to hide something from us. I immediately asked them, Mom, Dad, is everything okay? Everything is fine, Max. It's just that I don't know how I should say this.
We're thinking about having another kid. Really?
Wow, I guess 2 isn't enough, huh?
Well, we always wanted to have 3, but the doctor said I unfortunately can't.
Honey, it's
Why?
okay. I'll take over from here. You guys can go back to your room. We just wanted to give you the heads up. I was honestly quite taken aback by the news, but welcomed the idea with open arms, as I thought it couldn't hurt having another little sister or brother. The house we lived in was a decent-sized 2-story home which had an extra bedroom. My assumption was that it was intended for guests, but I now knew it was going to be for my new baby sibling. About a month after that evening, I remember riding the school bus with my little sister as we were on our way home from a long day at school. As the bus began approaching my house, I saw my parents sitting by the front porch alongside a young boy. It was quite uncharacteristic of my parents to be home at such an early time, as they were usually still at work according to their schedule. My sister and I got off the bus and began walking towards my parents, while the boy looks at us with glee in his eyes like he was ecstatic to see us. My parents greet my sister and I and introduce us to the
I don't know you. But hey, good to meet you.
boy, saying, Max, Nadia, meet Oliver.
Hi!
Hello. Hey there, it's nice to finally meet you both. So, not to be rude, but who are you exactly? Guys, this here is Oliver, your new brother. He'll be staying with us from now on. An awkward essence filled the void of silence as
foster.
me and
So,
Nadia
I think it's
didn't
foster care.
exactly
I
know
mean,
what to say or how to react. We ended up going inside and having dinner
There we go.
together as my parents began to
Foster.
disclose specific details regarding Oliver. Oliver was a foster child. He was taken out of his initial home due to the disobedient and lackluster parenting he was getting from his drug-addicted mom and his in-and-out-of-jail father. I later learned that my mother wasn't able to have children anymore. Everything finally made sense to me. in which I decided to put my best foot forward and make Oliver feel more welcome.
Yeah.
About several weeks into Oliver's stay, I could honestly say things turned out better than I anticipated. We had developed a pretty strong bond as he enjoyed activities like climbing the tree in our backyard or playing tug-of-war with me and my dad. I remember us even celebrating Oliver's birthday with a piñata and a cake.
Yeah.
Everything seemed swell until one night. My
Swell.
parents went on a weekend getaway and left me in charge of looking after the household. This wasn't a foreign thing, as I've babysat Nadia countless times before Oliver was even in the picture. I remember watching a movie in the living room while my sister and Oliver were both in their respective bedrooms. The time was approximately 1 a.m. when I see Oliver come from the kitchen and into the living room where he casually sits on the couch next to me.
What's up, bro?
Oliver then stares at me and says, "Hey Max, can I ask you a question?" "Sure, Oliver, what's up?" "Isn't it just better having a brother, since your little sister barely has anything in common with you?" "Well, that's not true, Oliver. Nadia and I both enjoy— Can we play tug-of-war?" I'm sorry, Oliver, but it's too dark outside for that. How about in the morning?" "Okay, let's play cops and robbers instead." "I kinda just want to watch the movie, Oliver. You mind playing with Nadia?" "She's boring to play with, but sure, I guess." Oliver then heads upstairs while I continue watching the movie. About several minutes later, I couldn't grasp any details from the movie as my attention span was oddly skewed by the interaction I just had with Oliver. I couldn't help but feel guilty after refusing to play tug-of-war or cops and robbers with him. That's when I decided to head upstairs and accompany the two in whatever game they were playing inside Nadia's bedroom. As I approached the hallway upstairs, I heard muffled whimpering. It sounded like Nadia's voice with a hand over her mouth or something, like she was being suffocated against her will. I then heard Oliver aggressively saying, "Shut up! You weren't supposed to be here, Nadia. Your parents adopted me because I'm supposed to take your place now. You have to go now, okay?" I immediately sprinted towards Nadia's bedroom and bulldozed my way inside as I see Oliver holding a knife over Nadia's head.
What the freak?
Oliver, put the knife down! "Oh, relax, Max. We're just playing cops and robbers, see? I'm the robber and she's the bank teller. Now you're supposed to be the cop who arrests me. What perfect timing for you to join us." "Put the knife down and go to your room, Oliver." "But you told me to play with Nadia." "Leave her alone or I'm calling the cops!" Oliver then puts the knife down and walks to his bedroom while whispering under his breath, "This wouldn't have happened if you just played with me." I then relinquished the knife from anyone's possession and made sure Nadia was okay. I could tell she was petrified out of her mind from the shivers on her hands all the way down to her trembling feet.
Dude.
Everything's gonna be okay now, right?
I don't want Oliver living with us anymore.
Don't worry, he's not gonna hurt you. I'm here now.
Okay.
Here, come downstairs and let's watch a movie together. I then head to the hallway of where the staircase was, only to see Oliver standing there with tears running down his face. To be honest, I was a little taken aback and didn't exactly know what to say or do as the tension in the air was still very heated. Oliver then starts to repulsively cry and pleads for both mine and Nadia's forgiveness. I didn't want to stir any further drama within the family, so I accepted the apology and invited Oliver.
He literally took a knife up to your older or younger sister, and you're really gonna let that slide and like put a knife up to her neck? If he would have been seconds later, she probably would have died. Man, this kid's a freaking... Bruh, Max is...
Things started to seem normal again. We binge-watched cartoons together till it was 2 in the morning. I even saw Oliver and Nadia begin to socialize.
What? Okay, I mean, if she's okay with it, then...
It truly warmed my heart seeing the two interact with one another. The time was roughly 3:15 when we had all passed out asleep on the living room couch.
No.
I remember my sleep being extremely foggy as I kept tossing and turning like I was going through the early stages of sleep paralysis. I then get awoken by loud music playing from the backyard and Oliver standing over me. "Hey, Max, can we play tug-of-war now?" "Come on, Oliver, I just got up. You mind if I at least brush my teeth?" "Come on, just one game. I waited patiently since yesterday." I figured one round of tug of war couldn't hurt, so I got up from the couch as Oliver surprisingly put a blindfold over my eyes and said, "Winner gets a prize."
No.
I was genuinely confused as my head was still groggy.
You
from
should have
the
never
deep sleep
forgiven
I had just
him.
awoken from. Oliver
Nadia's
then
gonna be
guides me to the
dead. You should have
backyard
never
by
forgiven
latching onto
him.
my hand. The music from the radio got louder and louder the closer we stepped foot onto the lawn. I could tell Oliver was trying to orchestrate some kind of bizarre plan he had going on, but I just went along with it as I didn't want to sour the mood. Oliver then puts one end of the rope in my hands and begins to shout, "Go!" as I began to tug at the rope with all my might. I had pulled a considerable amount of rope until I was caught with an overbearing amount of force that seemed to put a stop to my end of the rope pull. Damn, why is this kid so strong? He's not budging anymore. Am I really playing tug of war with him right now? That's when I take off the blindfold and see Nadia getting hung by a noose on the tree. I could see her pale skin visibly become blue while swinging back and forth like a pendulum. As I looked down at my hands, I realized I wasn't playing tug of war with Oliver. I was hanging and suffocating my sister. Look, Max, it's a pinata! Ah!
No.
Hello. You like my mask?
There's a famous saying that states
That just
you
ruined
get
the
what
mood
you
of the
dish out.
stream. But
I have yet to still understand what I have dished out, as the overbearing amount of traumatic experiences that have manifested in my life is something no human being should ever have to experience. I've had conflict gathering up the courage to share my story, but I think it's important for the general public to hear this. Maybe bringing awareness will help me cope better with the digestion of these deadly occurrences. It all started when I was in my sophomore year in high school. I was a rather shy and timid kid, due to the lack of male leadership in my life. My dad was never around growing up. I honestly don't even acknowledge him, as the memories of his existence were nothing but pictures in my mom's photo album, where he was only around for no longer than a month since I was born. My mother never tells me anything about the guy, and quite frankly, I don't really care to know him. I wasn't interested in pursuing a father and son relationship, even if he was my biological father. It was just me, my mother, and my brother Noah, left to survive in this old run-down apartment. Well, not exactly my brother. Noah was a foster child, whom my mother decided to foster about a month leading up to the next curriculum of fall classes. We were both the same age, which made things easier in terms of sharing the same clothes and partaking in the same classes. His parents had allegedly lost custody of him due to the inhumane living conditions they were undergoing, and the constant criminal behavior they were both involved in. This left Noah in multiple foster homes throughout his entire life, until of course he was living with us. If I had to describe Noah, I would say that he was a bashful and anxious kind of kid like myself, except he reeked of confidence when it came to things like our science class. Whenever the professor would conduct biology lectures regarding the human anatomy, that's when Noah was most vocal, and would contribute to class discussions and whatnot. He was quite interesting and harmless if you got to know him personally. One of my favorite things to do was spend countless hours watching our favorite slasher films, instead of playing video games the way most kids did nowadays. We shared the same bedroom and slept on the same bunk bed. I slept on the top bunk, while Noah slept on the bottom. Noah would often talk about his past experiences with previous foster homes, as the stories he would share sounded horrid and something no kid should ever have to go through. Luke, do you think Mom likes me? Of course she does, Noah. Why do you think she fostered you in the first place? Because she's always nice to you, and isn't to me. Dude, don't worry. We can have a family meeting at dinner tomorrow if that makes you feel better. Okay? Okay. Luke? Can I be honest with you? Sure, Noah. I wish I was never born. I couldn't.
Alright, no, y'all. This is getting way too depressing. Great grammar, Ivan. That is the best grammar you've ever had. Anyways, this is getting way too depressing. I hope y'all are having a great day. I know for a fact I am. This might have